Well, hello, fellow YouTubers. This is dmblairprops, and this is what I spent the last 2 days building. Now, this has not been easy. Bruce Hirst makes an awesome product. And with a couple molds that I purchased, I've been able to create this before you. Now, as you can see, it's not exact. I mean, it's got holes. I mean, I'm not too sure if that comes from if that comes from the mold being not so perfect when you scrape it or what. I thought about maybe pushing down on this and breaking it so it pops down in there. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I can fill it, or maybe you just won't notice it once it's done. And I put the wall together backwards. This is actually supposed to be on the inside, but somehow in reading the directions I misunderstood the way that the flaps are supposed to go, because when you build this, it's actually dovetailed. If anybody, or yeah, sort of dovetail, like rabbit joint, maybe. Like these two are one, these two are one, these two are one, these two are another one, these two are another one, these two are another one. They kind of finger together. The floor inside, because you have to line up the little triangle pieces. I mean, the floors, it comes out, but it's not quite, it's not quite level in there. And then lining this thing up to be square was a real pain in the butt. Like trying to get it to work out. Maybe I can get some better light here. There you go. That's a really good picture, or a really good view there. What to say about it? The pieces, these ones and these ones here, they really do meld together well. They come together beautifully. All in all, this is an awesome project. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still gotta glue the skulls on, but I'm gonna wait till after I paint it. Get my base coat in there. All in all, it's an awesome project. I mean, two days. I mean, it took me maybe 3 days worth of casting. I mean, you got to cast this mold for the ruined pieces. That's this mold here. That's this one here. You got to cast this mold like 16 times or more. And then you got to cast your wall mold like another 12 or 14 times. And then there's all the time of putting it together. I mean, this is a colossal project, and when I'm done painting it and then putting it on a base, I'm going to base it with some rubble and so forth. Now, I went a little crazy with the rubble. I mean, it's not supposed to be in the fronts there, and I kind of made it a little rubbly there to kind of bring it together so it has more to hold it together as a brace. And I did the same down here. I did the same there to kind of brace it right there. That doesn't really belong there, but I put it there just to kind of bring these two pieces together. And I did the same in that corner over there, just to kind of give it a little more stability. And I even did it up here in this corner, brought some pieces together and so forth, because there really wasn't any way to do that in here. Although I would have loved to have done it in there to keep that together, and up here, because this is just basically balanced and glued. Now, none of these pieces came out too square. I had to get out the trusty rasp and rasp a lot of it so it was flat. I mean, you can see like here it's kind of, you know, and over here, like this part, if you look at this real well here, like there's a lip here. I mean, that's going to be noticeable. I mean, that really bums me out. I mean, it's nice down here, but it just kind of, as it got closer up, I guess, as it was drying, it shifted. And I tried to push it, thinking it was still loose enough, and I snapped it off. So I had to go and glue it back on. It was kind of lame. I didn't really enjoy it much, having to repair it like that. But these balls, like again, these balls are backwards. I put the dovetail together wrong. And this, I think, was supposed to all be over. This was all supposed to be over here. This way, I think. Because this doorway was supposed to be in the courtyard. But you know what? You know, there's a doorway here to get into the courtyard, and there's an archways over there. So, I mean, it's still playable, even though I screwed it up. It'll still be usable, and I'm still gonna give it a knock up basing and everything. I'm gonna get out some styrofoam tomorrow. So after I put it on a base, I'll take another video and I'll upload it, and I'll upload it, and then I'll paint it and stuff. I'll make this a series, I guess. This will probably be one of a few videos. I'll make a series out of it. I mean, I could have showed you guys how to build this, but I mean, everybody knows how to cast the molds and put it together. And I guess maybe I could have showed my trials and errors of trying to get this together. And, you know, maybe what I can do is next time I want to build one of these, I could probably set up a Twitch feed and you guys could watch me live or something. Like a day's worth. I'll just get the blocks, you know, get them ready, and then you guys could just sit and watch me glue them together or something. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not quite sure how to take this project. I mean, do I want to build another? That's a good question. If anybody's built one of these and has any advice or any idea on how to make things a little smoother, that'd be great. The stairwells was a pain, was a real pain to put the stairwell together. I mean, I had to prop it up with, show you here. I had to use my square to make everything. I mean, everything was like, I'm sitting down looking over the square, and in some cases, I had to kind of set it this way and put it together backwards instead of forward. So I had to kind of go from right to left instead of left to right for these kind here, for the larger ones. So that was kind of tricky. I mean, that's something I'm not used to, having to build everything backwards. But for the most part, and the thing is like, it was a work in progress. Like, I casted probably 8 or 9 molds of the ruined mold. And then in between gluing and putting together, I was casting more molds. So I was kind of molding and building, molding and building, molding and building, molding and building. And then getting to a point where I had to, like, remember where I was and what I was doing. Because I wanted to get this built in a weekend. I mean, this is a lot for one person to do. I mean, like, if you're like, you got a time schedule and you got places you got to be and things to do, this is probably a project you might want to wait till like a vacation or some scheduled time off work or something. I mean, I just recently built some sci-fi terrain and stuff too for our Kappa Cup tournament, and I gotta tell you, I'm kind of bushwhacked. I'm not too sure how soon I'll get to paint this. I mean, I'm thinking maybe I could at least base it yet tomorrow. base it, and get it ready to be painted. Set it aside. Make it a, oh, excuse me, you have to excuse me, it's like 4:45 in the morning. So I'm kind of, these are kind of like my gluing hours. I'm up all night long. I get very little time to do much of anything these days because I'm too busy. Projects and stuff for Kappa Cup for next month. I got a lot of obligations, so it's trying to get my stuff in the middle of all that and take care of my promises and obligations. It's getting very tricky. But if you like this tower, you like this project, if you've ever, like I was saying before, if you've ever built one of these and you would know maybe like, some tips or tricks or whatever, post them in the comments, please do. I would have to say if I picked this up, this thing's probably 2-3 pounds. I mean, I went through 2 buckets of plaster and about 1.5 gallons of spring water to put it together. So, it's definitely a project to embark on if you got the time. So until next time, guys, hit the like button if you like this project. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Comment, please comment. I mean, I'd like to know I'm not alone in some of these endeavors. So, as always, I appreciate your time and thank you for watching.